The Canadian Parliament is divided into two houses. First we have the Senate, which is the upper house of Canada, and then we have the House of Commons, which is the lower house of Canada. The Senate is consisted of senators, which are from provinces and territories, while the House of Commons consists of MPs, also known as members of Parliament, which are elected by the people and are usually from electoral districts. The House of Commons is the lower house of Canada, and its people are elected by the citizens of Canada, and the Prime Minister and the Cabinet also stay in the House of Commons.
What is the House of Commons in Canada? The House of Commons in Canada is a democratically elected body whose members are known as Members of Parliament, MPs. The numbers of MPs are adjusted periodically in the alignment with the dental census. Since 2025 federal elections, the number of seats in the House of Commons have been 343 seats.
Why is it called House of Commons? The House of Commons gained its name because it represented communities and communes. From the Middle Ages until the early 20th century, the suffragists were limited in various ways, typically to some male property owners. In 1780, just 3% of the population could vote during that time.
The House of Commons formally scrutinizes its government from its committee and Prime Minister's questions. When members ask Prime Minister these questions, the House of Commons give opportunity to other cabinet prime ministers. These questions happen weekly on every Wednesday and last about for half an hour.
Who is the Speaker in the House of Commons? The Speaker in the House of Commons is the presiding officer of the House of Commons, the lower house and the primary chamber of the Parliament of the United Kingdom. The current Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle, was elected on 4th November 2019 following the retirement of John Bercow.
In the Commons Chamber's members devote most of their times to debating and voting on bills. The chamber is also a place where members represent constituents' views, discuss national issues, and call on the government to explain its actions.
The Canadian Parliament is split into two houses. We have the Senate, which is the upper house of Canada, and then we have the House of Commons, which is the lower house of Canada. The Senate is made up of senators, which are from various provinces and territories, while the House of Commons is made up of elected members of Parliament, also known as MPs, which are from various electoral districts. The Senate is made up of senators, which are appointed by the Governor General, and their job is to pass the legislations passed by the House of Commons.
What is the Senate of Canada? The Senate of Canada, in French Sénat du Canada, is the upper house of the Parliament of Canada. Together with the Crown and the House of Commons, they compose the bicameral legislatures of Canada.
Canada's parliamentary system is bicameral, meaning it has two houses, the House of Commons and the Senate. Bills are approved from both of these chambers, and then they're given their final approval, also called the royal assent, from the Governor General or representative.
How many senators are in Canada? The 105 senators are appointed by the Governor General on the advice of the Prime Minister. Unlike the elected members of the House of Commons, however, under the British North American Act in 1965, members may not sit in the Senate after reaching the age of 75.
The Senate also represents regional and minority issues, giving voice to groups potentially underrepresenting the House of Commons. In addition, Senate committees also conduct studies on important social and political issues.
Senators can propose bills of their own and generate debate on issues of national importance. The chamber is a place where ideas debated and on their merit, and an entity created to counterbalance representation by population in the House of Commons.